Chapter 1. There was celebration going on in the MysticLand. The Fantastic Four were honored for their contribution. The forest had an open question answer, and then the Fantastic Four were asked how they got their powers. They all recalled that day and told all the forest about their powers. You all know our guardian fairy, the blue fairy. Quote, the kids present were not aware and wanted to know more about the fairy. They were eager to listen about her. Sunflower started, our fairy guardian of the forest is a magical being that is responsible for protecting and preserving the forest and its inhabitants. She is a small, delicate creature with delicate features, and is known for her ethereal beauty and her ability to fly. She is usually dressed in clothes made of leaves and flowers that are blue in color, hence she is called as Blue Fairy. Quote, eagerly Emerald added, she is deeply connected to the forest and its inhabitants, us, and has a deep understanding of the forest's ecology and the importance of protecting it. She can communicate with the plants and animals of the forest and is often called upon for help and guidance. She is known to possess powerful magic abilities, such as the ability to control the elements and to heal the sick and injured. She is also able to create illusions and cast spells that can protect the forest and to all of us. Our fairy guardian is a peaceful being, who prefers to use her powers for good, but she is also fiercely protective of the forest and its inhabitants and will not hesitate to use her powers to defend them if necessary. She is also known to be fair and just in her decision-making, and always tries to find the best solution that benefits all the inhabitants of the forest. The fairy guardian is also a symbol of hope and inspiration, who always reminds the inhabitants of the forest that they can overcome any obstacle if they work together and believe in themselves. She is respected and loved by all the inhabitants of the forest and is considered as the protector and guardian of the forest's harmony and balance. Amethyst said in excitement. Sapphire started telling the incident. One day, while the Fantastic Four, meaning us, were on an adventure in the forest, we stumbled upon a fairy in danger. The fairy was trapped in a thorn bush, her wings were tangled, and she was unable to fly. The fairy was crying for help, and we knew that we had to act fast to save her. Sunflower, being the leader of the group, stepped forward and used her bright and sunny personality to calm the fairy. She gently talked to her and reassured her that everything was going to be all right. Emerald, being the most agile of the group, used his jumping skills to reach the thorn bush. He carefully untangled the fairy's wings and freed her from the thorns. Sapphire, being the bravest of the group, stood guard and kept watch to make sure that the fairy was safe. He used his courage to protect the fairy from any potential dangers. And Amethyst, being the most magical of the group, used her powers to heal the fairy's wounds and soothe her pain. The fairy was overjoyed and for our help. She thanked us for saving her and promised to repay our kindness. She revealed that she was a guardian of the forest and that she had important information about the dangerous threat that we were trying to stop. She joined us in our quest to save the forest and its inhabitants. We were happy to have saved the fairy and to have gained a new friend and ally. We knew that together, with the help of the fairy, we were much stronger and could accomplish anything. After we had saved the fairy from danger, she was so grateful to us that she decided to grant each one of them one wish. The fairy explained that as a guardian of the forest, she had the power to grant wishes to those who had helped to protect the forest and its inhabitants. Sapphire stopped to breathe, and so Sunflower continued. Me, being the leader of the group, wished for the power of flight so I could soar through the sky and see the forest from above. The fairy granted my wish, and my wings grew, allowing me to fly. I was overjoyed and couldn't wait to explore the forest from above. Emerald said, yes, being the most agile of the group, I wished for the power of super strength so I could jump higher and farther than ever before. The fairy granted my wish and my muscles grew, giving me the power of super strength. I was amazed by my new abilities and couldn't wait to put him to the test. Sapphire, being the bravest of the group, wished for the power of invisibility, so he could sneak up on his enemies and protect the forest from danger. The fairy granted his wish and Sapphire became invisible. He was thrilled by his new ability and knew that it would be a great asset in their quest to save the forest. Amethyst, being the most magical of the group, wished for the power to create illusions so she could distract and confuse her enemies. The fairy granted her wish and Amethyst's powers grew, allowing her to create illusions. She was excited by her new ability and knew that it would be a powerful tool in their quest to save the forest. Amethyst added, "We were amazed by their new abilities and were grateful to the fairy for granting their wishes. We knew that with our new powers, we were stronger and better equipped to save the forest and its inhabitants from danger. With great power comes great responsibility." To all kids, Nightwing addressed. So my dear friends, what we learn here is that the power of friendship